Hello everyone, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we have an interesting post from Reddit. Without further ado, let's get into it. Topic: Fiancé found out about my college days, hasn't talked to me in 3 days. I don't know if this is the end. I've been with my fiancé for 2 years, engaged for 2 months. I can go on and on about how great he is, but I won't waste your time. He's awesome. Him and my sister's boyfriend have gotten really close over the past year, and they talk at least twice a week, whether on the phone or FaceTime or just hanging out with all 4 of us. Sister has been with her boyfriend since high school, so obviously her boyfriend knows me very well as my dating history. Last weekend, because of the quarantine, we all thought it would be fun to drink and hang out over FaceTime. It was a FaceTime double date, and we all had a blast. Laughing, playing drinking games. We all partied for over an hour, and that's when I was over it and decided to leave the party to call my sister directly without the boys in another room, while my fiancé and her boyfriend stayed on FaceTime and continued to get drunk together. During this time, I couldn't hear shit because I was in another room and was talking to my sister. Sister's boyfriend goes and tells a bunch of stories about my college days and how many guys I hooked up with. Just so everyone knows, I don't know the actual number. My first 3 years of college was literally one giant party. Without being too descriptive, I admit I was excessive. But at the time it was just what we did. I was single during that time, and me and my friends did a lot. With a lot of guys. Most of them I couldn't even pick out of a lineup. But again, I was in college. Anyways, one of the parties I went to, I ended up hooking up with 4 different guys at the same time. My fiancé is handsome as F, and I know for a fact he's been with several women. We talked about our past a lot in the beginning of our relationship. I wasn't 100% honest with mine, and I can only assume that he was. After everyone hung up, me and my fiancé were laying in bed and about to sleep when he just calmly asked me, "Did you get gangbanged in college?" My response was, "What a F? Why would you ask that?" That's when he told me everything that my sister's BF told him. He told me details I'm not even sure are 100% true because, again, blur. But a lot of the info was accurate, and so I just told him yes. It was one time. He continued asking questions about the other stuff, but the gangbang thing kept coming up, and he had a lot of questions about it that I answered the best of my knowledge. Fast forward to Wednesday, things had been fine and normal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But on Wednesday, radio silence. He hasn't texted or talked to me in 3 days. The breaking point was tonight when he came home from work and he asked me, "Are you friends with any of the guys on Facebook?" Again, not lying to him, I admitted that yes, I was friends with all of them. He left a few hours ago and I have no idea where he is or what he is doing. I'm tempted to call the cops, but I feel like that will just make it worse. I feel like garbage. I effing hate my sister's BF right now, but maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe I should have been more honest? I'm so lost. He is the best thing to ever happen to me, and I've never seen him like this before. Is this the end? He refuses to return my calls, texts. Update: he eventually came back in the middle of the night and we talked until the morning. We both agreed that he needs to distance himself from the relationship while he figures stuff out. He admitted the only thing he cared about was the gangbang, and he told me he couldn't get the visual out of his head. He then told me about a threesome he had in college, which I think is totally made up, and he just wanted to get a rise out of me, but who knows? It just sounded so unbelievable, and it felt like he was trying to get back at me. We did make love before we went to sleep, but it was not good. And by not good I mean he felt like he was just trying to punish me once again. Everything was weird from the kissing to the ending, being vague here because this part is probably what got my post deleted last time. He left in the morning to go stay with his parents, and I haven't seen him since. We still text every day, but it's different. Everything is different, and at this point I'm almost positive we aren't going to get married. And again, at this point, I'm okay with that. I know I F up and I know I lied, and all I can do is live and learn. As soon as this quarantine ends, I plan on using my work program that helps people find therapists. It's part of my benefits and I've never used it before, and I'm legitimately excited to start working on myself for the future, whatever may happen between me and him. Now, to everyone who left me nice messages. I couldn't reply to you also. I'm just saying thank you for your help and your advice. None of you know me and you're all awesome and I hope everyone nothing but the best. To the people who left me horrible messages. Yes, I read every one of them. No, your names do not hurt me. I am not perfect and never claimed to be, and I know I have a lot of work to do. But I hope all of you happiness in your perfect relationships with your perfect selves and good luck with everything. Also, just want to point out there was some confusion about who I was friends with on Facebook. It was just the 4 guys from the gangbang that I was friends with, not every guy I'd ever been with. And I've since deleted every single one of them. Again, my F up. Live and learn.
This is the end of the post. Now let's go to the decoding segment. Once again, as the popular saying goes, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. We have a lady here that thinks her sexual promiscuity in the past shouldn't matter in a future relationship. First of all, she knew it would be a deal breaker, which is why she lied to her fiancé when the topic of her sexual past was brought up in the beginning of their relationship. She lied to him at first and he had to get the truth from someone else, which in this case was exposed by her sister's boyfriend. And shout out to her sister's boyfriend. Men out there should emulate this guy. Let your friends know when he is about to be in a long-term relationship with loose woman. The sister boyfriend is the hero of this story. He obviously didn't want him to make that big mistake by jumping into a relationship with a loose woman. Notice that she didn't give any good reason why she was promiscuous. Her excuse was that I was in college. Which right there is a big red flag. Men, before you get into a long-term relationship with a woman, make sure you do your due diligence to find out her promiscuous background record. I'm talking about asking people who knew her when she was in high school and college. Find out her Facebook friends, especially her Facebook male friends. Also, women will tell on themselves. There are 5 obvious red flags that this guy should have noticed. There are probably more, so if you figure out any one that I didn't mention, please put it down on the comment below. The first red flag is: Point 1. Is she a party girl? Which means that she constantly needs stimulation and excitement, which is something that you as an introvert cannot provide. This is when she starts sneaking around and attending girls' night out, etc. If she can't enjoy a quiet night at home, walk away. These kinds of girls seem fun and interesting at first, but their lifestyle gets old fast. Plus, party girl has multiple sex party, as we heard in this story. Also, note that women always lie about the number of guys they have been with, and guys always inflate their sexual partners' counts, and this post perfectly illustrated that. The fiancé inflated his sexual past by telling her that he hard threesome. She knew he was lying because this guy is a simp that she settles with and didn't look for red flags that would indicate he was about to get married to a loose woman. So, find a girl who would rather read a book, watch a TV show, work out at home, cook a new meal, or talk to her friends on the phone. But that doesn't sound like fun. No, most guys would say it doesn't. But you know what's more important than fun in relationships? Stability. A girl who runs out of her place every night has a need for excitement. And that need will find a way to bite you. Sure, everything will be great when you're both in a good mood. But what happens when she gets bored, or worse, when she's unhappy? If she needed excitement before she met you, she will need it afterwards. And those thrills won't be limited to a few drinks with the girls. Most people are plenty fun when you get to know them anyway. So instead of worrying about that, ask yourself some more important questions. Will she be there during a rough patch in your life? Will she say no when a bigger fish comes along? Does she avoid situations where she'll be unnecessarily tempted? Those are the questions you want answered. Work on all those first. Then you can talk about fun. The second red flag that was obvious in this post is: 2. Does she have too many male friends? She knew she was lying in the post when she said that it was a big blur. She knew exactly what was going on and who those male friends that gangbang her were, which is why 6 years later after college she still have them as friends. She didn't even do a good job at covering her tracks because she wasn't worried about her simp fiancé finding out. So guys, make sure you find out how many male friends she has and if she has more male friend and female friend, because that is definitely a red flag. 3. Another red flag that you should look out for is addiction to social media. If she's addicted to social media, it means that she crave attention and drama. The online version of too many male friends. A smart girl knows that male attention doesn't result from her amazing personality. The number of friends and likes she gets is directly proportional to how attractive people think she is. This stuff is honestly common sense by now, but you still see the same thing all the time. A fairly attractive girl only has to post a few pictures, and boom, she's got 50 dudes trying to hit her up. She probably won't give any of them the time of day, unless one of them is like, so hot, but at least she got her daily attention fix. Plus, she's found a new group of reliable friends to support her. It's ridiculous. And don't even get me started on the drama. If she's more interested in her phone than she is in you, don't try to change her mind. 4. She believes that things just happen. She follows her heart. She's in love with love and relationships. What it means, she lacks emotional control. In the post, the original poster admitted that she was excessive. But her excuse is that at the time it was just what we did. I was single during that time and me and my friends did a lot. With lots of guys. Most of them I couldn't even pick out of a lineup. But again, I was in college. These girls are tricky for inexperienced guys like her fiancé, so let me explain. It feels great at first to be the focus of a girl's undying love. And the highs of having a beautiful woman enraptured by you is something straight out of the movies. But guess what? You will never be the only one. Promiscuous women follow heart. It's a trap. You just happen to be her drug of the month. And all it takes is a more attractive or manipulative man to change her loyalties. That is the dark reality of girls who follow their heart. So instead of chasing a girl who's crazy about you, find a girl who tempers her heart with her head. Don't be afraid of love. Just make sure it's the real thing first. 5. She's friends with known promiscuous women. She takes an interest in promiscuous celebrities. What it means, she won't be shamed for sleeping around, and she will probably be encouraged to do so. Promiscuous women friends. Men compartmentalize their friends. Of course, not every guy is the same, but usually he'll have his video game pals, his college study group, his boys from work, his basketball squad, his fantasy football crew, and so on. And what's funny about all these friend buckets is that they usually include men from all walks of life. You'll have a mix of low-income guys, wealthy guys, smart guys, dumb guys, you get the point. But as long as they all have that one thing in common, they don't really care about much else. Women are different. Almost every girl I know has friends who are very similar to her. Everything from the way they dress, to the grades they get, to the income they earn, to the guys they like, and even their political stance, it's almost always the same. While men care more about the one activity they have in common, women focus more on similar lifestyles. And now you see where I'm going. You may not be able to tell if she sleeps around, but if you know her friends do, it's a giant red flag. Even if this girl is completely innocent, she knows her friends won't look down on her if she does indulge, and that's why she's surrounded herself with them. It's even worse if she takes an interest in promiscuous celebrities. They're just like her friends who get around but with additional influence and social status. If blank can do blank and still be blank, why can't she? You get the point. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to express your opinion on the comment section.